Near Point Paley, a monarch butterfly lifts off toward a winter home it has never seen. No parent is leading it. No memory can help it, and if you slide a map of North America under its wings, no route line appears. So what exactly did this butterfly inherit? Now we can zoom out. This is an eastern North American monarch, part of the autumn migration. From around the Great Lakes, the journey to central Mexico is roughly 3,000 kilometers. From farther north and east, some monarchs may travel up to about 3,000 miles. A human doing this would want a phone, a charger, downloaded maps, road snacks, backup road snacks, and would still somehow miss the exit. The monarch packs nothing, which is rude but efficient, so the tempting answer is tiny GPS. Somewhere inside this orange confetti with legs, there must be coordinates for Mexico. But no tiny dashboard, no recalculating. What makes that answer collapse is that this butterfly is not following experienced adults. The southbound autumn generation has never made this trip before. Its parents did not come back from Mexico and say, "Okay, kids, left at Ohio. Avoid storms, trust me on Texas." The migrants are generations removed from the butterflies that came north earlier in the year. So this cannot be a remembered route in the usual sense. The blank map returns. If inheritance does not contain a drawn line, maybe it contains a compass. And here, the monarch gives us our first real clue. Migrating monarchs can use the sun to help choose direction. But the sun is a terrible compass if you ignore time, because morning sun and afternoon sun are in completely different places. So the butterfly needs a clock, and wonderfully some of that timing system is in its antennae. Experiments show the antennae contain important circadian clocks that help monarchs time compensate their sun compass. In other words, the butterfly is not just asking, "Where is the sun?" It is also asking, "What time is the sun?" That feels like the answer. It isn't. Now we have direction. But direction is not a route. A compass can say southwestish. It cannot say, "Cross this lake today, wait out that cold front, find nectar here, don't get blown sideways, and please end up in the correct mountain forest after crossing a continent." Researchers have even found evidence that monarchs are better explained by compass orientation than by a full human-style map sense. When displaced, they do not simply correct like they know the exact destination from wherever they are. The route line we want to draw starts wobbling, then the world starts interfering. At Point Pelly, Lake Erie becomes a barrier. Monarchs may gather near the tip when rain, wind, or temperature makes crossing risky. A favorable day opens the door. Wind can help or shove. Cold can pause the journey. Landscape funnels movement. Stopover habitat matters because fuel matters. So the map is still blank, but not empty. It is being written temporarily by conditions. And even Mexico is the wrong kind of endpoint. The monarch is not aiming for a country like a tourist with a passport. Eastern monarchs overwinter in high-elevation Oyamel fir forests in central Mexico, especially in the Michoacan and State of Mexico region. Those forests offer the cool, humid microclimate that lets millions of butterflies survive the winter without burning through their energy too quickly. The destination is not just a pin. It is a kind of place. And this is where the puzzle flips. The map is not in the butterfly. The map happens between the butterfly and the world. What the monarch inherits is not a secret picture of North America. It inherits a migratory state, timing, physiology, sensory systems, orientation tendencies, and responses to cues. Sunlight becomes direction because the body has a clock. Weather becomes instruction because flight has limits. Forest becomes destination because habitat has meaning to that animal. There are still details scientists are working out. Magnetic cues may help, especially when daylight cues are limited. Other environmental signals likely matter too, but the big mistake is expecting the answer to look like our answer, a line on paper. Return to the blank map. At the beginning, it looked blank because the butterfly was missing information. By the end, it looks blank because we were using the wrong object. Instinct is not always knowledge without thought. Sometimes it is a body fitted so precisely to the world that the world becomes readable. And if that makes the next butterfly you see feel slightly impossible, good. That means the map is working.